Welcome to Stingray Tom's Florida and another Take 5 for Florida history. This video is part of my International Drive series. Today I'm taking a look at something that isn't a tourist attraction, but an organization tasked with assisting and promoting the attractions, restaurants, hotels, and shops in the iDrive area. Known as the International Drive Business Improvement District, it works with the governments of Orange County and the City of Orlando, along with local business owners, and carries out initiatives concerned with the development of the iDrive area. Millions of people from around the world visit International Drive each year for vacations and conventions. Many locals also visit to enjoy a special dinner, shop in the outlets, and explore attractions like SeaWorld, Fun Spot, and Ripley's Believe It or Not. iDrive is a unique part of the world in that it only exists because of tourism. While the world-famous strip along Las Vegas Boulevard is similar, that casino and hotel festooned road was part of the Arrowhead Highway that ran from Salt Lake City to Los Angeles and was built over 100 years ago. Before the construction of Walt Disney World, International Drive was simply a part of a large parcel of undeveloped land. It became a road solely to service the hotels that were being built at the start of the 1970s. I recently had a chance to speak with Nora White, Director of Sales and Marketing with the iDrive Business Improvement District, and I'll let her explain the basic history of the iDrive District, its mission, and projects.
I would like to talk to you more about what the iDrive District is and how we got here and what we're working on currently. So for anybody who is not familiar with the International Drive District, we were created back in 1992, and how it came about at that point in the timeline of history, we have Universal had just opened in 1990. And of course, everybody knows Walt Disney World opened in 71, and that's why all of us are here. But there was not a place, excuse me, for more hotels, and the first person that set foot and started this area up was Mr. Finley Hamilton, who a bunch of us know about in history already, and he saw a vision that nobody else had seen for this area. At that time it was nothing, it was dirt, and he bought parcels of land little bit by little bit along with his partners, and did end up opening the first hotel on iDrive. And when he opened it, he got to do the naming rights of the street and chose the name International Drive, in his words, because it sounded important. And I love that story. But that's how it started back then. So if you fast forward up to 1992, we now have hotels built. We now have attractions in operation on iDrive. It's a really good place to come visit, and everybody has found us. The landowners, a lot of the hotel owners on iDrive came together and said, we need an organized way to promote International Drive. And we need somebody who's going to be able to provide transportation, our own themed transportation on iDrive, handle the capital improvements. So the district was developed by these gentlemen by a public-private partnership with Orange County, the City of Orlando, and the owners of the businesses along the corridor. And it started off much smaller than this, but this is the current district boundaries. We have 3 different taxing units. So if you come up here, here's International Drive. This is Turkey Lake Road here next to I-4. So I-4 is running here. And here's the Beachline Expressway, which was, of course, there back then, because you and I just spoke about one. It was the main line. And here's Universal Boulevard here, Oak Ridge, which we all know, and then over iDrive we have this section right here across from Universal Studios. Here's the current Universal Studios park here. And this district here represents over 8,000 acres of land. And what the people who originally came together, what they wanted was to bring somebody who could handle all this. And so they hired Miss Luann Brooks, who is still our executive director, an amazing human being. And she is the one that said, tell me what you want. We're going to make this work. And she helped, with the help of this board, created the district and worked very hard to get the collaborations between the county and the city going. And to this day, we still have our governing board, which is the mayor of Orange County. Jerry Demings is our current board chair. And then the two commissioners, one for Orange County and one for the city of Orlando. And it's Commissioner Bakari Burns and Commissioner Mike Scott. Those are our three current governing board. We're also governed by a district advisory board, and those are all land owners on International Drive, which we meet with to make all of the final decisions on very important things. There's some really good videos on our website on idrivedistrict.com about the history of iDrive. If you're interested in going and looking at those, there's 3 parts. And those were put out through Orange TV, who is a fantastic producer of videos. And they, we have them on our website too. If anybody wants to look at those, there's some fantastic information, way more than I can go into in our short time here today. But back to the story of the partners. So when they came together, what do we need? We had the request of a transportation service. So our first contract was with Lynx, our city bus, and the iRide service was born, and it was an actual Lynx bus that was wrapped with the words iRide, and it went up and down and had several stops along, and the ridership wasn't quite there. So everybody got back together and said, let's do something a little more themed. So Luann went out and did her research and brought back the concept of a trolley. And everyone loved the trolley. So then was born the iRide trolley service. And once the trolleys were on the road, the ridership doubled the first year. And it's been going up and up and up every year since. And I don't think you can go up and down International Drive without seeing our smiling trolleys now. And they are in operation every day of the year from 8 o'clock in the morning until 10:30 p.m. And there's stops all along the whole 11-mile stretch of developed International Drive. So that's our biggest project right now, is the trolley service. And our current contractor is with Mears Transportation. They're the ones that handle the contract for the transportation now. We also get to promote the iRide trolley service itself, and we do that by working directly with our hotels here on iDrive to make sure that if you're staying in the hotel, you have access or knowledge about the transportation. And you can keep your car parked at your hotel, hop on a trolley, go to SeaWorld, we take you to the front door, go to Universal Studios, we take you right across the street from Universal where there's a pedestrian cross up over Kirkman. You don't have to walk on Kirkman anymore. And we also have a representative in the United Kingdom who promotes the trolley service over there to all of the travel planners who book trips for their guests over. Oh, you're going to Orlando, let me help you. Do you have your hotel? Do you have your transportation? So tons of our trolley passes are sold prior to people even landing into the airport. They know once they get to their hotel, they have their transportation. Pedicabs is a small program that we oversee in this office here. When conventions come in, you'll see the bicycle cabs, they're called pedicabs, going up and down iDrive. Those have to have a license. They have to have a license and they have to have a tag. So they bring them to our office for inspection to make sure they follow all the rules of the ordinance that's been in place by Orange County. And once they're inspected, they get a specific color tag each year that they can operate on International Drive as long as they're showing their rates, things like this. And those renewals come through our office here. So some other projects that we work on are the capital improvement projects, public safety, the TOPS unit. This is phenomenal. In another private public partnership we have with Orange County Sheriff's Office, The TOPS unit was created in 2010, was our first year with them. It's Tourism Oriented Policing Service. And this provides additional coverage of police on International Drive, specifically to be here to monitor, to keep things a little more protected for not only our visitors, but for the employees we have in the area. And it was a pilot program. It started out as a trial program, and we've renewed the contract all the way up until, as we sit here in 2024, the program is still in effect. It's very successful. They're out there with they're out there on horses, on bikes, and vehicles, just to be sure that our visitors are safe and keep the bad guys off of iDrive. But the clean team is another hidden secret. We have 4 gentlemen that go out at 5 o'clock in the morning up and down iDrive and pick up garbage, take stickers off of signs that can, partiers left the night before, make sure there's no graffiti, empty all the trash cans along the iRide trolley stops. They keep it beautiful out there. Yeah. Those are all of the history, but bringing you up to now, International Drive used to only be known as somewhere to come and play. It was not a place for the locals to come. You could even say, when I would tell people I work on iDrive, I wouldn't go down there, it's too busy. Well, that's changed a lot. After COVID, we were not getting visitation for obvious reasons, and the locals started to rediscover us out here. And our numbers as the hotels and restaurants started to open, the numbers went up so much faster than we expected, and it was the locals that did it. And since we've been rediscovered, we've even taken the word visitor out of the name of our printed piece, which used to be called the Official Visitor's Guide. It's now the Official Guide of iDrive, because it's used as much by locals as it is by visitors. And it's a resource listing everywhere you can possibly eat, which we have over 300 incredible restaurants here. I think we have 17 cuisines right now, different international cuisines. All the hotels that we have, if the locals want to come and do a staycation, and of course ride the iRide trolley and park your car and leave the driving to us and get out there and have some fun. Also, not only people coming around locals, we have a ton of residents on iDrive. About 10 years ago, we had maybe 1 or 2, very few apartment communities in the district. And as of today, we have over, what's that map say right there? I always forget this number. 52 apartment communities. Here's the map of International Drive, and each of those numbers are different apartment communities that are residential only along International Drive. In fact, one of our employees lives on iDrive. It's kind of fun when she has to go home. She's home. We have over 600 shops on iDrive, and they're mostly name brand shops that are outlet prices on both ends of iDrive. So if you're staying south, you can go to the south outlets. If you stay in north, you can go to the one in the north. There's always something fun here to do. When I have company come in town, where do I bring them? Down here. Because, what are you hungry for? You don't even have to know. Let's just drive down the road. There's Indian, there's Ethiopian, there's Chinese, there's Vietnamese. We have so many things to choose from here. And if you find yourself in Orlando and you say, I'm bored, no, you can't be. You haven't looked at all at what all there is to do. And the fun thing is there's price points for everybody. We have luxurious places. If you know somebody who could only eat the finest foods, we have some glorious restaurants on iDrive. But if you're living paycheck to paycheck and you're working hard to save to bring your family on a vacation, we have value hotels, restaurant options, a lot of attractions. The big parks are not the only things to do here. We have over 40 smaller attractions that have a day ticket that is extremely affordable. You can go in, spend 3-4 hours. If it's raining, go into one of these smaller attractions. We have one of the most incredible auto museums on iDrive. Several cars from a lot of movies we all know are parked right up the street from us. We could walk in there and look at all these cars. We have an upside down building, Wonderworks, who you walk into the attic and take the elevator to the basement to play virtual reality games. We have escape games out here, several, and if you've unlocked all of the ones you think, I'm sure there's another one that you can go to out here. We have the wheel. At Icon Park, they have this enormous, beautiful wheel. Everybody has seen it. Currently, it is called the Orlando Eye, and we're going to be on there in just a moment. You can look over and see the hotels at Disney. You can see the Epcot Ball, the Magic Kingdom's Castle. You can see downtown Orlando from up there. It's a beautiful ride. I personally, my job is Director of Sales and Marketing. So I like to say I have the most fun job in Orange County. I get to market this destination. So as many people may not have ever heard of the iDrive District office, if you've heard of iDrive, then I'm doing something right. Our office is doing something right. I would never take full credit for that. And also all of our partners are doing something right. I have a whole team, a marketing team that works with our partners. When are you opening? What's your opening dates? What are your events this month? To keep our calendar events up to date, we have social media platforms that promote both International Drive and the iRide Trolley service. So any updates as far as what restaurant's going to open, what conventions in town, be careful, there's a little more traffic than normal. Things like that are all posted. So the most fun thing to me is every single day is different here, and every season is different here. Some places have cold, hot, nice this. We have sun all year long. We promise sun. It may not be the whole day, but you will have it, and it may be liquid sunshine, but you will have it. And the seasons down here are usually termed as leisure, which is our families coming for their summer vacations, or convention season. It's bustling first quarter of the year, of the calendar year, with conventioneers coming from all over the world. We have pharmaceutical companies that come here. We have other amusement parks come in to sell their wares, and they choose our convention center and parking lot to show their amusements. We have some incredibly huge conventions that come into the Orlando Orange County Convention Center. Yeah, there's a whole separate market for the spouse. There's spouse programs for the conventioneers that are coming. Bring your spouse, because there's plenty of things. There's private shoppers who will come and pick up the spouses at the hotel, take them shopping. Do you want to go to the Mall at Millennia? Do you want to go to the outlet shopping? Whatever you want, and then bring them back, and then or they could bring their kids. This is one parent may be here for the convention, the other parent brings the kids, and then they go to the parks all day and their room's covered. So what better way to spend your time during your convention is bring your family and let them do some stuff too and combine. You can rent out an entire theme park for your convention, or you can rent out an entire escape room. So it doesn't matter how large or small your convention is, or what your budget is. If your budget's millions and millions of dollars to throw one party, or it's, I really only have, $25 a person, there's something to do right here in this area. And a lot of places on the planet can't say that. And another fun thing is our location. We're right in the center of the state. If you base out of International Drive, you can be at either coast within a very reasonable time. You can go to the Space Center, you can go to Tampa in either direction, and you can go north and south. There's some beautiful areas north or south of us. The Shingle Creek right here, the Rosen Shingle Creek. Did you know that Shingle Creek is the headwaters to the whole Everglades? The whole filter of all of the water, coming down starts right here off of International Drive. you had asked me a while ago personally what I like about this is I have worked on iDrive since the early 90s. I moved here in 93. I am a third generation Floridian, but South Florida. There's not many of us left. And I've made it as far north as Orlando. And started working as a receptionist and was hired to sell advertising in a tourist publication called Best Read Guide. It's not even around anymore, but that was my step into the hospitality industry. And I can remember being told, Nora, we are never going to be millionaires, but the perks are worth it. And it's so true. But there's always something to do here and something fun to do. And if you told me when I was a little girl, you're going to get to go and play every single day and get paid for it and have something new come across your desk every morning to be excited about, that you get to tell the world about, I wouldn't have believed you. It's fun.
Learning about how organizations such as the iDrive Business Improvement District operates provides a deeper understanding about the massive tourist industry in Florida. Like the state's other major commercial industries, tourism needs these organizations to provide the planning and development of support systems and structures. I plan to eventually look at the history of similar organizations such as Visit Florida and the Florida Attractions Association. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions about the role of the iDrive District. I'll be happy to ask them and get you the answers. I'll be creating more videos for the iDrive series throughout the rest of 2024, exploring the history of existing and former attractions and hotels, as well as how the iDrive area developed and how it relates to the rest of the Orlando area, including the larger tourist area and its two other major segments, US Route 192 in Kissimmee and Osceola County, and of course the Disney World Resort property. Thank you for watching another of my videos. Please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel to learn more about Florida's tourism history. Stingray Tom's Florida, traveling through time around the Sunshine State.